Welcome to Coin Jive, where we talk crap about whatever is on our mind. And today I thought we would talk about, since we are on the cusp of 2024, what are the chances of war in 2024? And it seems that the chances are pretty good. In fact, it seems like the chances of not having expanded war and likely World War III or a much larger global conflict are almost impossible. So why would I say that? Well, here we are, the last day of 2023, and these are the things that are going on around the world war-wise. The things in the Red Sea are definitely heating up. Yesterday, 3 Houthi ships or boats maybe attacked a Maersk cargo ship, which was being protected by the United States Navy. And in response, the U.S. Navy sunk and destroyed those 3 ships, killing all of its crew. And as a result of that, all of the major shipping companies that use the Red Sea to transport goods have decided to not use the Red Sea for the time being until things can be sorted out a little more clearly and a little better. That means that the Suez Canal is not going to be used, which means transiting goods between the Mediterranean and the Gulf are not going to really be taking place. Things are going to have to go the long way around, which not only takes longer and costs more money, but uses much more fuel. So that's an issue, and of course that's the reason why the Houthis are doing what they're doing, is to disrupt the world by disrupting the transport of cargo. On the Israel front, Israel is continuing its war with Gaza and now is looking at expanding the war north into Lebanon by fighting Hezbollah. The IDF has said that they plan to push Hezbollah further north into Lebanon, away from the Israeli border. And of course, Iran backs both the Houthis and Hezbollah and the Palestinians. So Iran is intricately woven into this picture. And even though they are not currently directly in combat for the most part, although Israel bombed Damascus a few days ago, killing, I think, 14 Iranian Revolutionary Guard soldiers. And a week ago or so, an Iranian general was killed. And the United States is in armed conflict in Iraq with Iranian-backed forces. So even though Iran is not wholly committed its military forces to combat, it certainly is very heavily involved in combat in various theaters. Russia and Ukraine is heating up, has been heating up in the last few days. It started by Ukraine blowing up a Russian military ship in a port in Crimea, and Russia retaliated by a large missile and drone attack against Ukraine, and then Ukraine retaliated by a drone attack against Russia, and Russia retaliated by a drone attack against Ukraine. And so the last few days on that front have seen quite a bit of escalation, and Russia is more than usual blaming NATO for its contributions to the attacks on Russian territory, saying that it's NATO weapons and intelligence that are making these attacks possible. And then we see Poland and Germany and Finland and various other European countries frantically ramping up their war preparations because they feel that war with Russia is inevitable. And then we had President Biden a few days ago say that it's looking more and more like U.S. troops will have to be sent into Ukraine to fight Russia. And so that is certainly heating up. Then we had yesterday the president of China in his New Year's Eve address say that the reassimilation or retaking of Taiwan is an inevitability in 2024. And so that's probably not going to happen peacefully. And when China decides that it is time to reassimilate Taiwan into the fold, I'm certain that the United States will have some involvement in that issue. North Korea and South Korea. North Korea is, as always, making lots of threats and building missiles and firing missiles and making nuclear weapons and whatnot. And South Korea and the United States are drilling almost nonstop for a war with North Korea. And the tensions on the Korean Peninsula are certainly heating up. Then there is the issue of war within countries, not just between countries. There are many countries, especially ones that have presidential elections in 2024, that there is a lot of talk of the possibility of internal conflict. And if you are someone that is a believer in predictive programming, the Civil War movie is coming out in the spring, and there's a lot of talk about that. And certainly over the next 11 months until the 2024 presidential election, there's going to be a lot more talk on those kinds of subjects. Hopefully that will not happen. Hopefully everything will be resolved nicely. But 2024 in general appears to be shaping up to look like a year of conflict in almost every sense, in almost every theater. And that is unfortunate. So we hope that cooler heads will prevail and diplomacy will prevail and everyone will just make peace, and 2024 will come and turn out to be a year of peace rather than a year of conflict. And I think that everyone should be praying for that and hoping for that and making every effort to try to bring that about, because peace is always better than war. And with everything that is going on, now is a time in history when we have needed peace more than any other time. So join me in praying that that is the way that 2024 unfolds as a peaceful year. And we will see you next time when we return to talk crap about something else.